Good morning, everybody. Hello. Good morning. It's so exciting to have so much energy in here. And I want to welcome you to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. And I have to put my glasses on. I'm sorry. And I also want to welcome everybody on YouTube, Zoom, Facebook, and here in the room. It's like, oh my gosh, so much visiting and talking. It's great. So let's get started with our first two community songs from Love Eternal. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Woo, it's so exciting to be among you. It's the little things, yeah.
Well, we did this one last time, so we're going to do it again. It's very easy.
Because we want you to sing along like you did last time.
Yeah.
Very well.
The chorus just goes, I'm feeling better all the time. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Yes, I'm feeling better all the time. 'Cause I am truly blessed. Alright, you got that? I'm feeling better all the time. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Yes, I'm feeling better all the time. 'Cause I am truly blessed. I am not a victim, no. And there is no one here to blame. So I acknowledge love's presence here as my life. I feel joy this day. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Yes, I'm feeling better all the time. 'Cause I am truly blessed. Keep on moving, just a step by step. Keep breathing and breathing now, breath by breath. There's no beginning and there is no end. There's only now, my friend. Here's that chorus again. So feeling better all the time. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Yes, I'm feeling better all the time. 'Cause I am truly blessed. Feeling better all the time. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Yes, I'm feeling better all the time. 'Cause I am truly blessed. Alright. So we're so excited to be coming back May 6th to do a whole Friday night concert. There's flyers up front. Please invite people. So I brought my little looper set up to show you kind of a little bit. We're able to, when we have more time, create a whole band sound and have a little dance party. And yeah, it's going to be very fun.
We're so grateful.
So this song is called True Peace, and it also has an easy chorus to sing along to.
We're counting on you.
So here's the chorus part. Let there be true peace all across the land. It's easy, you can sing that, right? Let there be true peace all across the land. One more time. Let there be true peace all people hear your voice repeat. Let there be true peace all across the land. Everybody feel joyous and content. Every child with a mouth well fed. Let there be true peace all across the land. When I can, I will lend a hand, and for peace I will always stand. I will always people suffering, you know I am aware. So to the most I God, I speak my prayer. I don't know how it all began, but it's surely time to take a stand. Let there be true peace all across the land. Let there be true peace all across the land. Let there be true peace all across the land.
Ooh, imagine.
Let there be true peace all across the land. Let there be true peace all across the land. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Love Eternal. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to welcome everybody who's joined us in the last few minutes, online or in here. It's so exciting to see all these smiling faces and some I haven't seen for a long time. And so welcome to, they're passing through, coming to visit this area, so I'm so grateful. And good morning. I am Reverend Madalyn Wade, and I am stepping into Rafe's shoes this morning. I don't know whose feet are bigger. Probably, I hope his, but we don't know. So I'm honored to be the minister this morning, and it's my pleasure to tell you who we are. We are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. I'm going to breathe that in. We strive to live authentic spiritual lives through a practical application of the teachings of the science of mind. Another breath. We engage in sacred practices that uplift our spirit, deepen our awareness, and ignite our soul's self-expression. Deep breath. We demonstrate the active compassion to ourselves, each other, and the world. 2 deep breaths. We experience meaningful contribution through giving generously of our time, our talents, and our treasures. Deep breath. And we intentionally promote our community and our teachings because they work. Deep breath. And I'd like to invite our wonderful practitioner up, Deborah Ellis, to help with the candle lighting. We do this ceremony every Sunday, and it's a beautiful ritual to remind us of what the riches are out there. So we light these candles to celebrate the unity of all peoples, all faiths, all beings, all of life. We light the first candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for Taoism, honoring the path of ultimate reality, the natural way. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the middle way and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the teachings of Jesus as the path of love, forgiveness, healing by the presence within. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought teachings, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles of love and law. We light the 10th candle for absolute inclusivity, affirming that all are welcome and celebrated here. And we light the final candle, honoring the infinity of oneness as all of creation, seen and unseen. Thank you, Deborah. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Eternal Love, or Love Eternal, for our next community song.
I forgot the chords and then I just remembered them. So this is another easy sing-along. And we're going to say, what have we learned? And everyone's going to say, love heals all. All right? Easy, easy. What have we learned? Love heals all. Say, what have we learned? Love heals all. Say, what have we learned? Love heals all. Then what have we learned? Love heals all. So let us be more loving, and let our walk with compassion, and let us be more trusting, and let us be more humble, yeah. May I always rise to the occasion of forgiveness for myself and for this world that surely needs it. What have we learned? Love heals all. So now what have we learned? Love heals all. So what have we learned? Love heals all. And what have we learned? Love heals all. As we stood at the walls of opposition with our fists clenched, and we stared each other down, wondering which one of us was gonna turn first. But then the love comes through like the grass tearing down the concrete streets. And then the walls, they crumble down and lay as dust below our feet, which we used to build the temple. And we christened it with a song. And if I've learned anything at all through this, it's that love heals all. So what have we learned? Then love heals all. So what have we learned? Love heals all. Come on, tell me now, what have we learned? Love heals all. So what have we learned? Love heals all. Haven't done that one in a while, so thank you for helping us out. Aloha.
Hey, sound wonderful.
Thank you so much. Yay. Oh. Yes, and more breathing. Breathing is good. Yeah, breathing's good. So breathe through these announcements. There are several. There's going to be information on the slides for your screen if you're joining us live stream. And if you want to share those links to the rest of the world and invite them to join us, that would be awesome as well. And there's a handout for you in the room if you want to have a handout of the announcements. And you can also find them all on the website. Aren't you shocked? Yeah, it's a website, and there's information on the website. And there is a weekly newsletter that goes out, and if you want to get that, you can arrange that. And you'll get all the latest and greatest information and all the links and everything. Rafe is so good with technology. I am so jealous. Except that I have a husband who's really, really good too. Anyway, so we're open, obviously, and we're all here, and we are doing the alignment. We're being conscious with each other and loving. And so we have a beautiful bead system. And we don't, we're doing what the local law things, I'm so confused. The government is like, hello. But if you're sick, stay home. It's real clear. It's like, but if you do come, we have this cool bead system. So you can have your necklace, you can walk in the door, and if you don't want anybody to approach you or any contact without, like maybe asking or something, you can wear red beads. And that's perfect, and then people will respect that. And you don't have to keep having the same conversation over and over again. Although, sometimes you forget what color beads you're wearing. But anyway, okay. So, and then I wear gold or yellow because I like them better. So, but what it means is just, it's like the caution light. Just if you want to, 9 times out of 10, I forget what, yeah. So, you can hug me, but I don't like the green with that. So green is I'm okay, whatever you want to do is cool. And then if you want to drop the beads off when you go out the door, we do like sanitize them and stuff for next week. And if you want to have a little placard to put on the chair next to you so that you've got a little bit more space around you, that's available too. We want everyone to come and be comfortable and enjoy the experience and just have a good time. And if you have been exposed, as I say, don't come. But if you happen to come and later something happens, if you could let Rafe know so that we could, whatever's appropriate. Because nowadays, we just don't know. We're doing the best we can. And that's, and we're loving towards each other. That's what it's about, to be loving and considerate, truly. So the other more exciting things. There is a retreat coming done by Karen Drucker and Gary Lynn Floyd, and it's going to be on April 29th, the Friday through Sunday, May 1st, at Ananda Village, which is not all that far from here. And it's a retreat for your mind, your body, and your soul. And if you want to find out more about them, www.karendrucker.com or www.garylynfloyd.com, and you can get all sorts of information. I'm sure you could probably just Google them and they'll show up too. And then Walking with the Rev. I keep meaning to get there. Haven't got there yet. So it's Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 10 to 11 a.m. And you meet up at the parking lot at the North Star Mining Museum at the intersection of Freeman Lane and Allison Ranch Road. And if it's raining, do you go? No rain. Okay, you get rained out, but otherwise it's a go. So it's very fun. So I would definitely do that. The SOM, Science of Mind crossword puzzles. Okay, it's a collection of 45 different digital-based crossword puzzles, each using the words and definition from the glossary of the Science of Mind, a philosophy, a faith, a way of life by Ernest Holmes. 22 puzzles are based on each letter of the alphabet used in the glossary. 23 of the puzzles are randomized puzzles containing either 20 or 21 words. This is like a cool way to learn stuff, and you're having fun too. That's the way I like to learn too. You can purchase them in different ways, individually for 10 cents a word, alphabet collection for $35, random collection for $35. The whole collection, all 45 puzzles, is $50. And your puzzle links are mailed to you within 24 hours of purchase. The other thing is that to purchase them, you go to our website, and underneath it says Learn. If you select that tab, and then it'll take you to a place where you can find out more about it and actually make the purchase. It's very cool. So I'm going to take a deep breath. I had coffee this morning. Can you tell? I don't usually drink it. Anyway, too much information. Okay, first Friday, a time of fun. This is very exciting because you guys, Love Eternal was talking about it earlier, but it's the first Friday of every month from 5 to 8, and you're welcome to bring dinner to enjoy if you want, because there will be tables set up, and we'll have snacks and beverages available for purchase too. But the next 3 months are already lined up. So Friday, May 6th, Love Eternal will be presenting a sit-down concert and a message, followed by a dance. How long has it been since you've danced? Maybe at home when I'm by myself. Anyway, okay, Friday, June 3rd, our music director, Jeff Wright, will be presenting an evening of music and spoken word. That sounds luscious, too. And then July 1st, our board president, Madalyn will be presenting an evening of interactive music. So singing and getting out. Oh, my gosh. And now this is something that's very important and moving, amazing, and fabulous. Reverend Julia Robles Scott, did you notice I used the Reverend word? Yes. So she's completed her ministerial training. She's a licensed minister. Her graduation ceremony is on Saturday, May 21st at 2 p.m. at the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. But then on Sunday here, on May 22nd, she'll be joining us in person to be installed as a staff minister here. And she's going to do the Sunday talk. Yes. So please plan to participate, come, and just, you can bring a covered dish to share. There's always, anyway, we're going to celebrate her. And the Sierra Center will provide a cake for all of us. Yes, maybe I'll eat cake. Yeah, let them eat cake. Yes. So now, yeah. See, now look, this is like, we're already out of control. Just wait. Yeah, it's all right. We're just having a good time here. It's like, yeah. I didn't know Reverend Riff was going to be here, but it's 2, but it's like, what the hell? Okay, but I'll guess what? We get to breathe and go inward. So let's let the consciousness shift, and Deborah will come up and lead us in lovely, lovely time of our inward shift. Thank you.
You can now. Good morning, beautiful people. Oh, look how lovely you all look. So I'm going to begin with talking about our community value, and that is service. When I think about service, so many things come up for me. And on April 21st, I celebrated 35 years sober. Thank you. And I don't share that to shine the light on me. I share that to say that is where I learned about service. Now, I grew up in a family where we were encouraged to volunteer. And my parents did lots of things in the community. But I never thought of it as service. I thought of it as, wow, we get to work at the ballpark concession stand and make a little money? Or, just having fun in community. And so I didn't really get exactly what they were trying to teach me about service. But it served me, and it began to serve me even more deeply as I went into the rooms of recovery, because one of the foundational pillars in recovery is service. So the understanding is, in order to keep it, that we have to give it away, right? And so service began to take on a whole different meaning for me. And as I came into spiritual community and science of mind, it deepened even more. So service can mean so many different things. And the beautiful thing about this exploration of community value of service within our community here is that you get to define that for yourself. You get to say, what is that for you? And what does that mean for you? So I'm just going to share some thoughts of what it could mean. So maybe it means seeing a place where you can make a difference and then doing it. Or a heartfelt smile shared when you encounter a stranger in the grocery store. Or perhaps it's extra moments spent listening to someone who wants to talk and engage about themselves, reflecting what you heard. No advice or fixing, just simply listening. Simple gestures of love. Asking the overwhelmed parent, how may I help? What if it's setting ourselves aside to be there for someone else? Truly being present. Now, what if we could commit to a regular service commitment of giving to others in community? So I'm going to invite you to ask yourself, what does service mean for you? What does it mean to be in regular service here at Sierra Center for Spiritual Living? Now, I found this and so much more in my life about service, and I want to share these couple of quotes with you. Dr. King once said, everyone can be great because anybody can serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. What if it is the reciprocity of giving that we receive? Gandhi once said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in service to others. So let's take this into contemplation.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For spirit, sweet spirit, is in this very room.
And I'm recognizing in this moment that there is enough love in this very room to heal, to hold all of life. And so I'm accepting that there's deep and abiding peace and love and joy that is present and articulating and expressing and knowing itself in every spot. It is creation and simultaneously creator. I'm knowing with great certainty that this love is shining forth and brightly in and through every condition, all that is seen and all that is unseen. And so it's from this place of truth that I joyfully speak a word of blessing for this service this morning, claiming and accepting that the message of our beloved Reverend Madalyn expands and expresses and touches hearts this morning. And as this is springing forth and being known, I'm recognizing that this love that I speak of this morning is having its way in and through and as each one present this morning. And each sentient being and all of life everywhere, that this universal intelligence that I am attempting to describe and speak of knows what to do and how to do it. It is all powerful, all knowing. It is the allness of life. And so I feel such gratitude in this moment to know this truth, to know that love is present everywhere, regardless of appearances, that it is back of all of life. And it is this intelligence that is known by many names, that is that source that we all draw on, this one power, this one presence. So I'm so grateful to know that this morning, and to just allow now this thing to have its way in and through and as this service out into the greater Grass Valley, out into the county, and out into the world. So I anchor now in love and gratitude, and I simply just let it go and let it be. And I say, Ashe, Aho, blessed be, and so it is.
As we stood at the walls of opposition with our fists clenched, we stared each other down, wondering which one of us was going to turn first. The love came down like the grass tearing up the concrete streets, and those walls, they crumbled down and lay as dust below our feet, which we used to build a temple, and we christened it with a song. And if I've learned anything at all in this life, it is that love heals all. young girl, but I realize that won't change. It must start from within. So humbly I begin. Let it start with me. Let it start with me. All the things that I hope to see, let I learn to embody it. Let it start with me. Let it start with me. Let it start with me. I am willing. How could I stand up and preach? Lord, what could I teach if I cannot embody it? And how can there be peace? Peace all over this world if I can't learn to get along with my own family? So Mom and Dad, I thank you. And children, I support you. My partner, I adore you. I need you all, I need you all, so that I can learn. My egos will I purge, as I hand it to Divine's will. But not my will, but thy will be done. And I believe in a power greater than myself. To you I love the strength right now. To you I love the strength. Just let it start with me. Let it start with me. All the things that I hope to see, that I learn to embody it. Let it start with me. Let it start with me. Let it start with me. I am willing. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Hmm. Okay. All right. Because the title of this is Boldly Go, I prepared in a different way than usual. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. So, and this month's theme is living everyday wonder, creativity. So, yeah, we don't know what's going to happen today. But what I do know is that I'm co-creating with Spirit every single second. Is there anything smaller than a second? There is, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, so we are always co-creating. Our thoughts, our feelings, our consciousness, the way we are in the world, leads to our actions, leads to just, the unseen attraction of certain people. This morning, this service is already co-created beyond my wildest dreams. I walked in, and I'm supported by more than I could have dreamt of. Unexpected pleasures and treasures, unexpected gifts. It's like, thank you, God. I guess I was dreaming of having a really good time. What was the energy? And all this stuff, all these things that we do, the thinking, the dreaming, it creates our lives. And the science of mind is a clear teaching that reinforces and reminds us of that. Because guess what? Even if you're not conscious of your thoughts and your feelings, you are still co-creating with Spirit. So if you are thinking, worrying, fretting, etc., 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 guess what you'll attract? Guess what will show up in your lives? Because we impact our experience of our lives. We are in control, not total control, because sometimes better stuff shows up than what I expected. And sometimes my expectations aren't met. So it's interesting to watch our expectations too. So we get to choose. Is today going to be a comedy? Or is today going to be a tragedy? Or is it going to be, I don't know what kind of a day. So when you spring out of bed, it's like, and some days are like, oh, this is going to be a great day. And other days like, am I allowed to say S-H-I-T? Yeah, so anyway, so we have that creative power. We have that within us. And it's how conscious we are of it is what's reflected in our lives. So boldly going is going to get you those unexpected pleasures and treasures I talk about. Sitting in the dark by yourself, well, for me, that would be incredibly boring and lonely. But if that's what you want, you can have it. It's your choice. So how aware are you of your thoughts and feelings? Sometimes I'm very aware, other times, space cadet. And we get to, one of my things is I want to just keep expanding my consciousness. I want to keep growing my knowing. Because I'm curious. I want to know what's out there. What don't I know about? What haven't I experienced? What's there for me? And then, of course, there's the stuff that I'm afraid of. And a lot of us are afraid of being vulnerable. And guess what? That's kind of a human condition. That's part of being human. It's feeling vulnerable and feeling the uncertainty and the exposure and the fear and allowing yourself to be seen. Getting out of that dark room. And especially now, I don't know about all of you, but it's been really interesting to re-enter the world after having been in my beautiful house with my beautiful husband and my beautiful cats for years. But all the gifts, seeing all of you and laughing with you and singing with you and we're not doing dancing today. Yeah, no. But it's just being willing to express your truth, your belief, your authenticity in any moment is so key. And it's not like you can avoid being vulnerable, because you are vulnerable no matter what. No matter what, you're vulnerable. And it's also a prerequisite for leading a full life. To really go out there and risk. And you can't help being vulnerable. Walking down the street, driving a car, eating something you've never eaten before. That can be really scary. Going to a restaurant that you don't know, trust, whatever, or trying some kind of exotic food. There's all sorts of little things we risk and do. And there's a big time discomfort in that. Big time discomfort. And you have to be willing to be uncomfortable, to be really alive. One of my goals here is to have us live our lives so that we truly live. We really get out there and live our lives so that we have no regrets. So that there is nothing that I left on the table. I went for it. Even if I fell flat on my face, I failed forward. I went for it. Even if it's like, oh my God. Because the thing is by doing that, I've learned something. There's a lesson to be had in risking and going out there. And now my brain is screaming, yeah, but don't do anything stupid. Because there are certain things that you're not prepared to do. I don't know about you, some of you may not want to get on a ski lift with skis on your feet and then have to get off and then look down the slope and go, oh, this was not a good idea. But the way to ski well is to go for it. Lean down the hill. Give it your all. And so the times that I've crashed and burned, I didn't burn, I crashed. But I got up. It's like, oh, that wasn't a good way to do it. I think I'll go find an easier slope. There's all sorts of options. But there's all different things. And to being resilient, to pick yourself up, to know that you learned something of that outcome, and you just, oh, there's joy. And I'm usually with someone who can come up and rush up and say, are you okay? And then I'm lying there looking at them, and I start laughing. Like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. But I went for it. I went for it. And I'm just comfortable. There's so much right now going on. And this morning I turned on the news, because I always turn on the news to know if there's something I need to know about that's new. This morning, a perfect example of Boldy going came forth. And that is, there is a story, right now there's a big art exhibit in Venice. Yeah, it'd be nice to be in Venice. Anyway, so it's all the different countries have different displays. And it was a story about an artist and his supporters in Ukraine at the beginning of the war. And they have a fountain called the Fountain of Exhaustion that they wanted to display in this exhibit hall in Venice. So when the war broke out, one of the women who was part of this artist's cadre of supporters was about to give birth. And she lived in Kyiv. So she packaged up all of the stuff that she knew of that was part of the installation, put it in her car, grabbed a few things, and drove to Lviv, where she had her child successfully. And then, boldly going on, she drove to Venice. Talk about courage. Talk about being in a vulnerable spot. Can you imagine? Yes. And there's so many examples of being courageous and risking and being vulnerable. I mean, you have them in your lives. Like I said, walking down the street, going to the grocery store, trying new food, doing all that stuff. And here's one. Saying I love you first to somebody else. Connecting heart to heart with somebody else. Being brave to come forth with that. Yeah. Sharing with someone who's beloved to you. Loving deeply. Loving so deeply. And then there's other things that we think of as creative endeavors. Singing songs, writing songs, painting, writing, cooking for somebody. You know, sometimes the cooking doesn't go the way you thought it was going to go. Anyway, you don't need to go down that rabbit hole. The dancing and the singing. So I'm going to be a little more vulnerable than I've already been. Not that I haven't been. But I have a painting I want to show you. And there's a reason I'm showing this one today. Not that I'll show you any others ever. But this one is a phoenix. And I think that the phoenix, oh, the lighting's good for it too, wow, is symbolic of what we need to be doing. Because there are ashes of war, there's ashes of conflict, there's hurt out there. and the love and the consciousness and the willing to be vulnerable and to boldly go is what's called for. Mother Earth is calling us to boldly go and shift the way we do a lot of things. We need to nourish. We need to nourish the earth. And we're going to be scared, and we're going to be disappointed, and we're going to be let down, and we're going to be guaranteed to fail sometimes. And sometimes we'll succeed beyond our wildest dreams. We don't know. There's always problem-solving opportunities. There's always something else to join together with other people and co-create with spirit. It's like, oh my God, the energy just spirals up. Goes up and up and up. Oh. There's someone who said these phrases, and I know his name, and it'll come to me. But he says, David Alt reminds us that the solution already exists. The solution is already there. We get to discover it. And sometimes we just stumble into it. And that's okay too. It doesn't matter in that level. There's always more to learn, and we need to trust the process. And I'm going to share this story because I got a big laugh out of it. I got it off of CNN, and it's the story of 3 little baby boy triplets who live in Wisconsin. And guess what? Mom couldn't tell them apart. So what did she do? So Tom got red toenail polish. Henrik got blue toenail polish. And James got green toenail polish. And then their aunt came along and did TikTok. And now they're plastered all over the internet. And, can you imagine? You're already a triplet. And then you have to wear the shirt that matches your toenail. And then your aunt publishes it to the world. Very creative, very funny, and full of joy. Because I know I've been holding a lot of sorrow for various reasons, which I won't go into. But the joy is still there too. And to boldly go, I want to tap into that joy. I want to have no regrets about anything in my life. There are things I've said yes to that I thought, oh, this is really not a good idea. But I said yes, because that's what came out of my mouth first. And I went for it. Sometimes I failed. But I learned so much. I learned so much. The confidence, the creativity, the courage comes from doing it, to being out there, to engaging. And you don't have to do it alone. If you've got, you could call it a kitchen cabinet, a council, people that you trust and know that you can enlist them as allies, because they care about you. They love you. They will laugh with you. They will cry with you. So if you have something that you really, really boldly want to do and you need support, ask for it. Ask for it. Because you are always co-creating with Spirit, and everybody around you is Spirit incarnated too. We're all there together. So love with wholeheartedness. Go for it. Alfred Lord Tennyson, this is a classic. 'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. And I'm committed to loving. So we're being courageous, going forth, doing what is on our plates, and then going back to the buffet, because there's probably more there that we didn't know about and that we might be open to the second time around. I wanted to leave you with this quote by David White because it's actually on my wall in a little sign. And he says, "To neglect your creativity is not a passive process. It is actually a corrosive and destructive process. That our creativity, in a sense, has everything to do with the way we know intuitively that we belong in the world. Your creativity is your way of conversing and exploring life." Let's take this into prayer. Divine Spirit, infinite creator, that presence within each and every one of us, that infinite creativity, that love, that light, that grace, that joy, that energy, that vulnerability. I know that we are all in this together. The entire universe, the entire planet, the entire everything. And I am so grateful because that love, that energy is palpable. The grace that we go forth with confidence, courage, wholeheartedly, with each and every step that we take in this world. Each and every hug, each and every smile, each and every kiss. There is that beauty, that rest, that knowing that healing is going on in each and every moment. And that our consciousness expands and expands so that we are aware, awake. And we chop wood and carry water before, during, after enlightenment, and we chop wood and carry water. Each and every movement we make, each and every flutter of a butterfly's wings has impact in the world. We are co-creating a magnificent experience of life. And I trust and know that this is our birthright and that we are truly divinely guided in each and every moment. And we boldly go and we boldly learn. And we are truly blessed. And the law, of course, is in action, saying absolutely yes. And I know that we are all blessed and comforted and healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I let these words go with full conviction, trust, knowing, gratitude, love, grace, and belief. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you. Oh, okay. Boldly. Oh, boldly. Okay, where should I? Here. Well, okay, so I'll just leave it right here. Okay. Yep, you're welcome. Yeah, it's very scary to share your work. Very scary for me. So let's do our conscious giving today. It's so fun. So if you'd like to take your conscious contribution in your hand or put it over your heart, and there will be a basket going on around in here. And if you are online and that you would love to make a contribution, you may go to www.sierracenter.org/donation, and that will take care of it. And you could also mail something, and like the snail mail, checks and stuff. Everything works. It's all good. So let's say this intentional giving prosperity affirmation together. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Hello, will you please collect the gifts? Thank you.
Well, I like you on coffee. I think it's great. you see. Do you believe in peace so much, willing to live peacefully? So can you hold on to your vision until your vision becomes reality? Come hold your vision until your vision becomes reality. Come hold your vision until your vision becomes reality. Hurricane blow, but it takes more than that to knock I down. Hurricane blow, with my roots down deep, a little holiest ground. Hurricane blow, but my faith and my love it forever stand strong. Hurricane blow, and I know this illusions and it could not last for too long. I know this illusion could not last for too long. I know this illusions and it could not last for too long. So I will hold on to my vision until my vision becomes reality. I won't be caught up in the blindness of the illusions that I see. And I believe in peace so much, I'm willing to live peacefully. Yes, I will hold on to my vision until my vision becomes reality. I'll hold my vision until my vision becomes reality. I'll hold my vision until my vision becomes reality. Reality. To the hurricane blow, but it takes more than that to knock I down. Hold these roots down deep into the holiest ground. Hurricane blow, but my faith and my love it forever stands strong. Hurricane blow, and I know this illusions and it could not last for too long. I know this illusion could not last for too long. I know this illusion could not last for too long. Thank you.
And please come 6th, and please let your friends know. We'll be doing some message and some music and some dancing and some heart songs and sharing food and having all kind of goodness. And nobody turned away for lack of funds. And see you then. Aloha.
Thank you, Jill. I bless these offerings knowing that they are love, light, energy, joy, and creativity in a monetary form. And I know that that's what they fuel too. Divine Spirit is in and through all of us. As we are attracted to prosperity, we are participating in the flow, we are passing it forward. And I know and accept the Sierra Center is a beautiful vehicle for spreading the prosperity, the knowledge, and the wealth, and the love in this world. So these blessings, these dollars are blessed, and I'm grateful. And together we say, and so it is. So it is. Yeah. Gosh. So grateful to Judy and to Juanita for taking care of me, and Jill and Reverend, or I want to call you Reverend. This is like the third time, and I didn't catch myself this time. So you better be careful, because I'm a really good manifester. Anyway, I'm just saying. And Jared and Shauna for the Love Eternal, thank you so much. And then there's this angel in the corner who's not really there, but has made this so much more fun for me. His name is Reverend Rafe, but he's not really there. so just so blessed and so held and so grateful to all of you. Does anyone else have anything they want to say? This is your last shot. Oh, there's. You want to say something about it real quick?
We have CDs, and my wife makes amazing jewelry, and Mother's Day is coming up. Just saying, it's right around the corner there.
It's all cool. Thank you. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let's stand for the benediction. And you can repeat after me. Or, you know what, you can say it with me too. You can see it. It's like, okay. Okay, we'll say it all together. Something wonderful is happening in me right now. It's this thing called vulnerability. It's this thing called courage. It's this thing called boldness. I know it. I feel it. I sense it. Because I am it. And so it is. Let's sing.
We're going to go right back to where we started with feeling better, all right? I'm feeling better all the time. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Yes, I'm feeling better all the time. 'Cause I am truly blessed. I'm feeling better all the time. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Yes, I'm feeling better all the time. 'Cause I am truly blessed. One more time. I'm feeling better all the time. Oh, I'm feeling better all the time. Yes, I'm feeling better all the time. 'Cause I am truly blessed. Thank you so much. Aloha.